Waking up this morning, there was another deadly school shooting in Colorado, not far from Columbine High School. So we're sorry we have to get you going this morning with that. It's a difficult topic to talk about. It happens often now. We're almost, used to it. You don't want to be used to something like this.
No.
But we want to know, should students feel safe at school anywhere with the rise in shootings? We'd like to know what you think. abc10.com/vote.
Samuel on our Facebook page had a point. He said we need the teachers trained to spot a mental illness and report them to the government and have the government ready to step in. He's like, we need to do more to get a hold of these kids before they do something like this.
And we are seeing signs over the years of plots that were spoiled and people they have investigated and found that they had weapons and things like that. So some of that seems to be working, but clearly more needs to be done.
All right, so while you mull that over and vote on our website, abc10.com/vote, let's get to your daily blend of everything you need to know. But you need to know about this demolition we were calling it. Is it a demolition?
I don't know what's going on.
Carlos, what is going on downtown?
A lot is going on here in this area. Road closures and noises continue here because of that demolition of the Marshall Hotel in downtown Sacramento. Take a look at here. The barricades still in place. They've been moved further south here on 7th Street, but people still kind of trying to figure out what to do. They've been turning left here on Merchant and 7th Street. Other people just forced to back out here. Further down on 7th Street, you can see more police cars and, of course, the machinery used for the demolition that will continue this morning. Let's show you a map here of the location. This is right next to the Golden One Center and by the famous Lady Gaga mural on the northwest corner of 7th and L Street. But first, listen to this. That noise concerned many people. The Sacramento Fire Department said it got several 911 calls about it last night. A spokesperson tells us the demolition was a little more aggressive than intended. That forced crews to completely shut down L Street between 8th and 6th and 7th Street from J to L. Again, the backup continues here this morning. You will likely remain during the morning's commute. Let's head to Carly Gomez that has more information on how to get around it.
Thank you, Carlos. Yeah, you can see there all the road closures, a lot of police presence as well, and you probably looks very familiar to you. We've been seeing a lot of that construction over there for some time now. Now, as we take a look here at our alternate routes, you can take still Capitol Mall, bypass a lot of that area, and then finally turn off onto 8th or 9th, but still, again, avoiding L Street. You can also still take J Street. Don't worry about that. It is only closed really between areas off of 7th Street. So if you pass 7th Street, you can still keep going straight and get on to 8th, 9th Street. But again, you're going to have to try to find parking away from the Golden One Center across there from Marshall Hotel. Rob.
All right, Carly, thanks for that. That's a very busy part of town, and I'm glad that people know about it. Hey, check this out, folks. We've got clear blue skies. It is nice and cool out here in the Gilmore backyard, and I'm sure it's nice at your house right now, but you know what? We're going to be warming up. You're going to notice the changes today. This is a big warm up because, yesterday we were in the 70s. It was a little bit breezy, so it was all in all pretty nice day. But when you have the lack of wind and you warm up, you really notice it. You feel it a lot more, and that's exactly what we have today, along with finally a dry day in the Sierra. But it's not going to last because tomorrow they're going to get nailed again, as well as some of those thunderstorms drifting out of the higher elevations, maybe to your neighborhood in the valley spots, if that's where you live. So we're going to start off in the 50s. We're going to end up in the 80s. So this is going to be a change, folks. And the reason why is we've got this high that's moving in, and that's going to basically bring us the lack of wind, sunny skies, and warmer temps. But there's a low. And don't discount this low. This low is going to become stronger, and then it's going to dominate the weather changes tomorrow. So instead of a warm up like we have today, 80s down low, 60s up high and dry. Thunderstorms are coming back, and that means we're going to be wet up high and maybe even down low. I'll have more on this later on. Hey, if you want to know more about the weather and other stories we've been talking about all morning long, but you want it to your inbox, we know that you're busy. There's two ways to get it. You can text the word email to 916-321-3310 or just sign up at abc10.com/email.
It is now 6:35. Thank you, Rob. Right now, nearly 200 teachers in the Sacramento Unified School District are left wondering if they will have a job by the end of next month. The district just announced they will start making layoffs effective July 1st, blaming a decline in enrollment and budget issues. The school superintendent released a statement saying, quote, "Unfortunately, we do not have the resources to maintain the current staffing levels due to the fiscal crisis and declining enrollment. The superintendent said, "We're committed to helping the staff during this challenging time." End quote. A special board meeting will be held on Thursday to approve these 178 teacher layoffs. And this morning, we now have police body camera video of the 31-year-old woman slammed to the ground by a Rio Vista police officer. Before we show you that, we want to remind you about what led up to this. Cherish Thomas was arrested for obstruction of an investigation, public intoxication, and resisting arrest. It all started as a traffic stop when her sister was pulled over for a suspended registration. Listen.
You can stay away, word. Okay. You need to go this way.
First of all, so now I can get my handling my daughter. Really?
That video not conclusive, maybe even more confusing, and people who spoke at a city council meeting last night are now calling for a third-party investigation into the use of police incidents, for more police officer training, and to ban the use of police tactics. Kirsten?
All right, 6:37 right now. Let's take a look at some other stories that are making headlines for you this morning.
I just want to get to my son and hold him and hug him and make sure he's okay.
Parents in Colorado terrified. 2 students are being held responsible for opening fire at STEM school Highlands Ranch. This is just miles from Columbine. 9 students were shot, 1 of them died. Within minutes, deputies arrested the alleged shooters on campus after a struggle. Drinks spiked in Davis. Several women reported that their drinks were drugged at popular restaurants in the city, one of them Wonder Bar. 4 of the women got tested, 1 came back with an unknown substance. Police don't know if all of these are connected, but they do say there's a pattern and that people should be extra careful. Calling for change. People in Knights Landing are asking Caltrans to put in a guardrail where an alleged drunk driver ran off the road, crashing into a trailer, killing a family. This morning, the 11-year-old daughter who survived is still in the hospital. The driver was released on bail and is now being held by immigration.
And that's your Daily Blend. If you got something you want to share with us when you see it online, use the hashtag MorningBlend10.